Portal. Current events. Portal. Talk language. Watch view source. Worldwide current events. Sports events. Recent deaths. Entry views by week list. Today's most viewed articles. Topics in the news. Francisco Carvalho in golf. Aaron Rai wins the PGA Championship. The African Party for the Independence of Cape Verde, led by Francisco Carvalho, pictured, wins the most seats in the parliamentary election. Bulgaria, represented by Dara with the song Bangaranga, wins the Eurovision Song Contest. The World Health Organization declares the Ebola epidemic in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Uganda public health emergency of international concern. Protests erupt in Bolivia against the government of Rodrigo Paz, causing clashes between the protesters and the police. Ongoing. Iran war, Lebanon war, Russo-Ukrainian war timeline, Sudanese civil war timeline, recent deaths. Felicien Kabudaveli export Barney Frank Scott Hastings Felicity Lockmark Furman nominated article May 22nd, 2026 Friday. Edit the story watch May 21st, 2026 Thursday. Edit the story watch armed conflicts and attacks. Russo-Ukrainian war Belarusian involvement in the Russo-Ukrainian war Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko says that his country will not join the current war and says that he is ready to meet Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Key post. Sudanese civil war Kordofan campaign. The Sudan Doctors Network reports that a drone strike by the Rapid Support Forces in Sudan People's Liberation Movement North in Dilling, South Kordofan, Sudan, has injured 6 people. AA. Disasters and accidents. 10 people are killed in a head-on collision between a minibus and a bus in Mpumalanga, South Africa. Shinwa. At least 9 people are killed and 9 others are injured when a building collapses in Fez, Morocco. Reuters. Health and Environment. 2026 Ebola epidemic. India, South Korea, and Thailand issue travel alerts for the Democratic Republic of the Congo DRC and Uganda, while South Korea plans to impose a level 4 travel ban for parts of the DRC, especially the Ituri province, due to the Ebola outbreak in both countries. Turkey. A. Yonhap. The United States temporarily pauses deportation flights to the DRC. Politico. Uganda temporarily suspends flights to and from the DRC. The New York Times. Residents protesting the handling of the public health crisis set ablaze an Ebola treatment center in the Ituri province after Congolese police fired warning shots and tear gas. Al Jazeera. Journal Gazette. Reuters via South China Morning Post. International relations. Greenland crisis. Protests against Donald Trump. The United States inaugurates a new consulate in Nuuk, Greenland, amidst the Trump administration's focus on the Arctic and tensions over efforts to purchase it. Politico. EU Democrat. Yes. Greenlanders gather to protest the opening of the new U.S. consulate in Nuuk in opposition to U.S. President Donald Trump's efforts to purchase Greenland. Reuters. Greenland Prime Minister Jens Frederick Nielsen says that he will not attend the opening ceremony of the new U.S. consulate in Nuuk. AAUS. Ambassador to Denmark Ken Howery says that Trump has ruled out the use of military force against Greenland. Xinhua. Law and crime. Capital punishment in the United States. Capital punishment in Alabama. Ham v. Smith. The U.S. Supreme Court dismisses an appeal by the state of Alabama challenging a lower court decision to block the execution of Joseph Clifton Smith, an intellectually disabled man convicted of a 1997 murder. The court says that executing Smith would violate his constitutional rights. The Guardian. Crime in Honduras. At least 19 people are killed in a shooting in the village of Rigors, Trujillo, Colón Department, Honduras. In a separate incident, at least 6 police officers are killed in an ambush in the village of Corinto, Amoa, Cortes Department. Sky News. The Court of Appeal of Paris, France. Convicts Airbus and Air France of manslaughter over the 2009 crash of Air France Flight 447, which killed 228 people, and orders both companies to pay the maximum corporate fine and compensation to victims' families. Al Jazeera. The New York Times. Politics and elections. Constitutional crisis in Somalia. 2026 Somali presidential election controversies of Hassan Sheikh Mohammed. The government of Puntland states that federal executive and legislative mandates under the Somali provisional constitution have ended, as federal institutions enter a transitional phase with unclear mandates. Gera Online. Horse Media.